has a whole bunch of new features that loan officers and real estate agents benefit from, not the least of which is we have chat boxes on all your single property websites. We have short codes on every property. We have lead capture on every single thing we do. It's not uncommon for loan officers to generate 200, 300, 400 leads per month. The hard part is converting those leads into actual deals. Well, we have live training every Monday with me at 10 o'clock Pacific Standard Time. So jump into Listing Booster and let's see if we can do some real good stuff with your business. So get a load of this. And I know a lot of you have heard about it because I see it on social media. But yesterday, after a vote by the Federal Deposit Insurance Commission, the FDIC Board of Directors, banks making home mortgages will no longer need to obtain an appraisal for mortgages under $400,000. Yes, you heard me right, believe it or not. I bet you didn't know that. I don't know. Maybe you did, but I didn't know that. They go on to say that with the increased threshold approved by the FDIC yesterday, a total of, get this guys, 72% of home mortgage transactions will be exempt from the Dodd-Frank Act's rules protecting the integrity of appraisals. I need you to understand this. The United States housing market is at an all-time high of $26.12 trillion with a T, trillion dollars in value, surpassing the $22.68 trillion back in 2006. That breaks down to $10.36 trillion in outstanding mortgage debt and $15.76 trillion in equity. Now, equity being the value of the home less the mortgage. The largest market in the world. That's what the United States housing market is. It's the richest vein of gold ever discovered. It's the deepest oil reserve. It is the United States housing market, and it is on top. How do we know it's $26 trillion? Let's think about this. Well, we know we've got $15.76 trillion in equity, and we know it's $26 trillion in part because of our appraisers, who are the gatekeepers of more wealth for Americans than anywhere in the world at all. So not only do appraisers protect the sanctity of the real estate transaction, they protect both the buyer and the seller, but they protect the entire United States housing market. And now with this move by the FDIC's love of automation and trusted everything tech, 72% of all homes covered under that $26.12 trillion could very well lose the most important check and balance in every real estate transaction, being replaced with an automation value system that we all know is flawed, because every housing market, for which there are tens of thousands across the country, are truly multiple mini markets. And yet this automation is what we're pushing towards. Some type of AVM that underwriters are already looking at. You know, they're looking at these things, they're called Zestimates and other products like that. So here's a thought for you. What if a company that provided an automated home value system, you know, you've heard of them before, that are used to replace appraisers, decided to get into the business of buying and selling flipping homes? Would there be a conflict of interest in that? I wonder. What if that company also decided to buy a mortgage company for the homes that they were flipping to represent the unsuspecting buyers on the houses that they own? And they had that valuation system that underwriters were looking at for these replaced appraisers. Would that be a conflict of interest? Is that leaving the old door open for unfair, deceptive, and abusive practices in real estate? You know, a for-profit company that is trying like hell to get their stock value bumped back up. Are there any problems with any of this? After all, their target is the United States $26 trillion real estate industry. You know, it sure is nice that the FDIC decided that we don't need real life appraisers on 72% of the homes in the $26 trillion industry called the U.S. housing market now, isn't it? Oh, and by the way, this company that we're talking about that might benefit is also playing the role of realtor, lender, buyer, seller, and soon to be title and escrow if you are to believe them. If you are to believe them, wiping out all the checks and balances in the process of a real estate transaction, turning the United States housing market into their personal playground. Yeah, we wouldn't want that now, would we? That would be bad. Now, it gets worse. And I quote, "The vote quietly supported by the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, CFPB, raised the existing threshold for their mandatory appraisals from $250,000 up to the $400,000. Do you understand this? The Bureau that was created to protect consumers just, what did they say? Quietly voted to abolish mandatory appraisals for 72% of the United States' $26 trillion in inventory, taking away a safeguard for buyers, sellers, and communities. Back in 2008, and yes, I am sick and tired of talking about 2008, but in '08, we identified behaviors and products that could harm not only the United States economy, but the world economy. It brought it to its knees. Do you remember that? See, we fixed those problems. They were expensive to fix. They were hard to fix, but we did it. So now, why are we creating a cheap, fast solution to a segment of real estate that's not even a problem in the first place? Mark my word, this move is gonna come back and bite us in the ass, because there are forces at play, Zillow, that are doing backflips right now because the road to fast profits on the backs of our communities just got a hell of a lot easier. A sad day for real estate, I tell you. A sad day. Listen, if you agree with my position on this, do me a favor. Share this with other realtors. Share this with appraisers, lenders, and people in your community. This is way too important to be put on the back shelf. Hope you guys have a great day.